Tech ain't saying nothing. He's still on the way. All right, so you just go ahead. He'll be here in a minute.
Hey.
Thank y'all for joining us and welcome to the Blur Dimension podcast. Follow us at Blur Dimension here and on YouTube if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you can be the first to know we got new content for you. Kavon, Negrito Suave. We got JK, Beast Eternal.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We on track.
Hey. And we got
This shit ain't whack. You know.
Hey, there we go. Off the dome right there. And we got JD Create Activity, who's be with us in a moment.
Okay, good talk. Next.
Let me fix my headphones too. All right. All our pronouns are he, him, and his. We got 3 segments for y'all on the podcast. We're gonna talk about some nerdy news and headlines. After news, we got topic of the week to discuss this week. Still talking about AI. Google just released their thing a couple weeks ago, and now there's issues, complications. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about what we've been consuming this week and since you last saw us and what's good. And that just means games we've been playing, shows or movies we've been watching, comics or manga we've been reading, all that kind of good stuff. And then we go play some Helldivers. So stick around for that.
Ooh.
First up, Mobile
Wait, how
World
you playing
Congress.
Helldivers?
I'm gonna be playing it on the Steam Deck, and then I'm gonna pipe the Steam Deck into the capture card. Fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping to do. Yeah.
Flash ass Steam Deck. Well, unlike some people.
Absolutely. Oh, there.
I said unlike some people. I didn't say who. I don't have a Steam Deck either, so I have a Steam Deck either. So. Are you coming in?
Your
static
mic is bugged right now. Yeah. Hit the barbershop though. No, not better. Not yet.
What? Somebody fuck up your connection?
Nah, I didn't even hear that one.
Yeah.
Now it's better.
There we go.
This man can't even turn on the mic. Boy, we done.
Rip.
Can't even turn on the mic.
So soon, right before the man's birthday. You got to get it out now.
Friends like these. Been saying it all day. Suave's the only one who can be trusted.
This coming from you is a rice grain of rice.
Suave's the only one who can be trusted.
There we go.
Also, he's also the only one invited to my funeral. I don't want y'all to see y'all there. Just so y'all know in the future.
That's fine.
Just
we'll just divvy up the earnings of the LLC and call it a day.
Who it is? What's up, AJ?
AJ, you still moving?
Back.
Might be.
He's probably
moving. Watching this on his phone. Right, so, Mobile World Congress just wrapped up. They were what was it this year? I think it just ended today. Actually,
yeah.
So there might be a couple more things we haven't seen yet. Maybe they saved the best for last. I didn't see, and we talked about this a little bit before we went live, JK. I didn't see a ton of compelling stuff. I saw a lot of stuff that we've been kind of following for what feels like maybe a couple years for some of it. And then a couple interesting things.
If it's not gonna push the envelope towards life being like in Overwatch 2, with half the city being tech savvy, or like some type of futuristic city where we have flying cars, have automated shit. Yeah.
I don't think I want flying cars.
I think flying cars would be hard. Because
but see, if we get to a point where we have flying cars, that means we got to a point to where there are more safety protocols and more things in check to where we can use it.
You
Is
know,
that the point we would have gotten to?
yeah, I feel like I would have believed that maybe a couple years ago, but today,
Now I just feel like that's
yeah,
just
no, motherfuckers out here putting out, 2-ton vehicles that can go from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, and you can't hardly see like a human
Yep.
being in front. Like I cannot fathom a world
Why do you think
where
they
they
put
where
AI in
say,
the
like
car?
you have flying cars just like losing control and then just going. And
Why do
tonight
you
on the
"Oh
think?
my,
morning
can you
news, a
imagine a
flying
nigga
car
run
in
out of
California.
gas?"
Yep, just
Oh my,
drop.
But
Could you
see, that's
imagine?
when you have the safety protocols that it won't even fly if the
oh
gas tank is
okay.
at a certain point. See,
Now that would be
that's
smart. That would be
see.
smart.
Also, you're assuming it doesn't run off of solar power. So
You're right. It could, but it would have to
Once
be really
again,
efficient. Like the panels.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. There's technological breakthroughs that are needed for things like that, and that's why
Sure.
I'm happy with it just sitting in the back line right now. Like I feel like the tech we would need for something of that sort is still very far away.
I feel that. I feel that.
but still, that technology pushes the envelope for other companies to come up with better innovations.
True.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I wish we could get the innovation without the people who are gonna like cut corners and I mean
The
try to
cost.
make as much money as possible at the cost of like people.
100%. Yeah.
Like that's the shit I hate.
Absolutely.
Why you say flying cars are inconvenient, AJ? Hold on real quick.
I mean, they are absolutely very, very inconvenient.
Nah, them bitches convenient. If I'm late for work and I need to get somewhere and I'm in traffic stuck in there for an hour, beep, 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 fly, get my ass out of there, get to where I need to go.
Don't get me wrong. I think flight in itself is convenient, but I don't think the like if when you say flying cars and Swab, we lost you on the
Well, he had to
yeah,
step away.
oh.
Yeah, I
But if
can
you
hear you.
say
I'll be right
flying
back.
cars, like more like because I'm picturing like the cars from Overwatch, like you said. I'm picturing more like I'm not picturing those. Yeah, that too. Our infrastructure is definitely not set up for that, and our infrastructure can barely handle like basic updates.
Again,
Um,
that will push, like, having something like that out there would cause things to change because when things like, for instance, iPhones and Apple, or pretty much Apple technology, iPhones, iPad, whatever. Let's say the iPod. iPod was the infrastructure change that was needed to push for better Wi-Fi, push for better chips, push for better um, pretty much hardware, so that it became a standard that most or nearly all companies kind of use now. So without that change, without iPods, there probably wouldn't be Google Pixel. Samsung probably would have came out with their phones at you have probably things like Nokia, Zune, all that stuff wouldn't have stopped been or would have been used more, and not having a push of technology from those companies because of the monopoly that Microsoft had, Intel had, or whatever.
mm,
So so I agree, like, our infrastructure isn't ready for it. But if you push the technology out there, it would cause the infrastructure to change so that it can be used. Like, just for like Elon Musk was trying to do that what's it called? Hyperloop. And
yeah,
they were like, "Oh no, we can't do that because
Right.
And then, but they were starting to talk. It's like, okay, well, what if we change this, change that? Oh no, we can't do that. Okay, let's change this. They were like, oh wait, it's gonna cost too much. I was like, but the benefits of having a hyperloop versus an out of date train system which all these derailments are happening. It's like, oh, see, that's the the derailments. I'm just like, the derailments are happening because y'all train system is out of date
Bruh.
for
So far out of
centuries.
date.
Yeah, so I don't know,
So
but yeah,
I hear you. I think like in an ideal world, fantastic. Definitely want people pushing the envelope, figuring out that stuff. But I will say, if we all got flying cars, bro, you can't just like hit the G button like you in a Mach 5. It's gonna be traffic up there. You're gonna be
There's
stuck
gonna be
with them
traffic.
motherfuckers.
There's gonna be traffic in the air. And then like my thing is people are gross and like I can't drive without seeing someone like throw something out their window. And
Oh my
so like the equivalent of that is they have a flying car and they're just like pouring coffee out of the car. Where's that heading? Everybody on the
bruh.
ground.
see,
And so
and yeah, I agree. I agree.
like
Keep going.
that's
Keep
just
going.
like bruh, first time I look up and someone's like, cigarette butt hits me on the top of my head, we're gonna have some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
it's like yeah, no. Infrastructure, pollution, like the whole gambit. Honestly, just I see where you're coming from,
Yeah.
JK. Absolutely, and like in an ideal world, people aren't garbage.
In an
One
ideal
hundred
world,
percent,
right?
and that's
Uh,
why the people who aren't garbage have certain privileges. So like there would be like for people who have the ability to fly cars need certain imagine lane changes and
Bruh.
oh shit that'd be like Back
Motherfuckers.
to the Future. That would be like Back to the Future teacher.
Oh,
But
real quick.
go ahead.
Appreciate the follow, Aragi. But I and just to speak on lane changes really quick, like I can't. Mofos don't check their blind spot now. Imagine they got to check like 6 different. It's not gonna happen.
Facts.
And that's what I'm
They're not
saying.
gonna
Like
do it.
there has to be safety
Also,
protocols for all that. There have to
you
be.
would never be allowed to fly in the city of DC, like any city in reality,
Oh, that's true.
like because of like planes aren't going away. So like, what level of flight are we going to have? Is it just
It
going to
would
It
be
have
have to
to
be
like
be a
pretty low,
certain.
like
It would have
drone
to be
height,
it
certain
would
feet.
basically.
it would be yeah, it'd have to be like drone height.
But
But
we have to.
again, like you
Yeah.
have, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to that idea as a whole. Like I'm just yeah,
Again, it's a lot too. There's a
you'd
lot
almost
of
have to
infrastructure
redesign a
changes.
city
That
to
exactly. You have to.
accommodate.
It's a whole infrastructure change.
True.
Not
DC
just
True.
was
that, like where
the
they're landing, because then like helipads, like the amount of cars. Say for example, even if we had like 20% less flying vehicles than we do like cars on the road, that's still in the million range, if not a little bit more, a little bit less. Well, yeah, yeah, a few hundred million range still of like flying vehicles. So like helipad locations would have to be developed, like buildings would have to change. Uh,
no, not
yeah,
helipad. There
like I
wouldn't be
would
helipads.
They
It
would just
would
yeah, but
be
like where they're dropping at and where like they're stopping at would have they would have to have locations like that. Like, are you still landing on the ground? And if so, it still has to be like a coordinated off area so you don't like land on top of a civilian.
it
I
might
don't know.
be more like they changed the parking garage around. So instead of you coming at the
Right,
bottom, they would just
you
have
come
from
to
like
the
the top
top,
sides
or you.
open.
and then
Yeah.
have like robots
Yeah,
that take your vehicle and like and then sort it. I can see that.
exactly. And then that's oh shit. This nigga.
Ew, ew.
This is one light skin
Anyways.
that don't need a flying car.
I mean, let's be real. Light skins are gonna get it first. I mean,
Bruh.
they gotta start. They
And
gotta
y'all be
use
the
us
first
as
statistic. Y'all be the first
Mm.
statistic of cars flying out, dropping out the air because
what you
they
trying
want
to
to be pretty
say?
boy,
What you trying to
Princess
say?
Pretty Boy. But again, like I said, all these questions of what about this, and this? Those are
Yeah.
questions that need to be had for infrastructure change.
Yeah. For
And
planning.
those questions is for planning. I'm not saying it has to be done right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying it needs to be talked about so that in the future, when it gets to that point, that if somebody built that concept or made that car or made that new innovation, they will talk about, they were like, okay, so we want to have this at a new standard. What infrastructure changes needs to happen in order for this to work, and need to push that further up?
We'll have
Just
like
like
I'm with you.
a whole
because
new
a whole new
version of engineering. It'll be
Whole
like
new world.
civil cross with aeronautical or
Facts.
something.
You have to have people in places who are civil engineers and stuff in Congress, in the Senate, in government
You would.
in
Yeah.
general,
They
because
can
you would need
barely,
because they
the
can
government
barely know what the fuck technology
can
Oh
is.
barely
my
get
gosh. Absolutely.
Like
understanding
it
of
was
what the next thing is. Facts.
so that's what I'm saying. Like it's not saying I'm not saying it has to be done now. Like all that, like for instance, like a hyper and we'll cut we can cut it after this, but a hyperloop is being used in Japan. Everybody say, oh well, Japan is a smaller area, but okay, fine, it's a smaller area. Then use that same example in a smaller area as a proof of concept, and then build upon it. Like train. If that's the case, then trains shouldn't be used. Crescent's all love trains, so you know so that whole innovation shouldn't be used there.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right, hold up. Oh, suddenly reconnection successful. All right. Let me turn up the fan.
Give
on
it a second. All right, there it goes. It's back.
All right, bet. Start cooling some of this stuff off a little bit. I forgot to turn my fans up.
We're gonna have to
My
invest
computer.
in equipment refresh.
There we go. Absolutely.
They're out of date. How dare
American
you?
trains are way out of date.
They are out of date.
I mean, this trains in other places doing all right, but here, not so much. My God. But yeah.
Sorry,
I mean, it would be
American trains are out of date. Let's get that
awesome.
straight.
That's a fact. Not like there isn't some cool stuff out there like that's important in a like a people studying sense, but
Right.
as far as people moving, them joints gotta
No,
go.
yep.
I was just
But
looking at a tweet real quick. I was just looking at a tweet that was talking about taking this Amtrak ride in a sleeper car, and it was like $900 a night. I'm like, 900 to be on Amtrak?
yeah, no, I'm good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we still. He said we still use steam engines.
This
I'm done.
Have you guys not seen the videos in regards to like how most of our train systems are nothing but rolling bombs?
what?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like
It's true.
No, I
fascinating thing,
haven't.
but especially in like rural parts of our country, like trains, like like cargo trains, they stack them
Yeah.
so long, like they stack them for like miles and miles, right? Way over capacity what they should be hauling,
Oh.
in order to cut costs and things like that. And also, they're very deregulated as far as government control goes. And so, complete tangent, but nevertheless, they will like go through like these little small towns where like the railroads were like originally like like placed. Uh,
Yeah.
Amtrak is the train world's Greyhound, um, and they will go through, and it'll literally take like hours for them to like go all the way through, and like so people will be like sitting there at the train stop just waiting, not like the train like crossing area, just waiting for the
Yeah.
train to go by. And sometimes it will have to just stop, and so it stops just like in the middle of a major roadway in those areas at least. And so traffic is completely stopped to a halt. Like you'll see like videos of little kids trying to get to school going underneath these mega freaking
What?
wheels of trains. Yeah, bro. Like they'll like go underneath. John Oliver from Last Week Tonight did a fantastic spread on it. Did a great piece on it, and I'll post the link in. But it's wild, like the lack of regulation the government has on the train industry as a whole. Um, but yeah, like kids have been unfortunately crushed. Like, there was that one city that the train tipped over and went boom. I'm forgetting where it's at. Uh, but most of these trains they'll carry like flammable material. They'll carry textiles. They'll carry food, like all in the same like cargo bin, like same order. So like just everything is in that same, yeah, somewhere in Pennsylvania. Thanks, sir. Um, So yeah, it's just it's bad. Like we are legit, and then also like there's no maintenance done on them
Of
either,
course.
and so like it's very limited maintenance. Uh, People who work, like the engineers who work and do the maintenance, are constantly told to like just shut up and like put your
Yeah.
blinders on. Like their management will not like escalate things, and if they go above their management, they get fired. And so, but yeah, it's wild out there for our train sector.
Sounds about right to
Yeesh.
me.
All right. So, yeah, not a ton of stuff at Mobile World Congress, and
Yeah,
where
it's
we was
all
off
pretty
from.
much cosmetic shit, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and stuff
Like,
Yeah, I
it's
saw
like
someone
iterations on stuff we've
do.
seen.
yeah,
I saw someone do like a snap bracelet phone.
Oh
yep.
yeah, we were just talking
I
about
called
that.
that shit. Yep, called that shit 10
That
years ago. Oh, there's no way that can
sorry,
be done. Huh, all right.
So they're
It's a
close.
pre
it's the
a curse.
stupidest thing I ever.
See, there's people like you fucking up the.
What?
It's
You
Imagine
want a
having a
snap
snap
bracelet
bracelet.
phone?
Hell yeah! You snap that bitch on your wrist and go. That's it. That's all you need.
it
And
can
then you
be.
can take it off,
At a
open that bitch
certain
up.
point, we got to say no.
Okay. This the
I,
man saying he want shit in his brain, but you don't want a snap bracelet.
I joke about it. First and foremost, audience, please
Okay.
understand that I will never ever let them put something in my brain,
Okay.
unless it is the unless we come to the point where it is the only way in which I can provide for my family. That is the only way I am putting something inside my
Go back to
brain.
season
That's it.
2 and see what he says about that shit.
And
Damn.
all of it is jest. My real take on it is no one should let Elon Musk put anything inside of their head.
Nah.
Unless Elon Musk wants to sponsor Blurred Dimension. In that case,
See?
we volunteer
No,
JK for
no,
tribute.
no,
And
Yo.
take a hit for
no,
the team,
no,
Beast. Oh my
no,
gosh.
no. The person that's gonna
Crazy.
take the hit is the person that offered.
All right, fine. We'll have AJ do it.
AJ gonna go in the hide. We'll never hear from that nigga again.
Right. He's like,
Oh,
I did not volunteer for none of this. I'm sorry.
absolutely.
Well, certain I have kids, and so does Swap. So
Can't do it
What that
though.
it's
mean?
up to you. And
So
Carl.
sorry.
So yeah. You're
You're
it.
unencumbered, is what he's saying.
It's exactly you and AJ are it. You're the only ones.
That made no sense.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, it's for the channel, all right?
It's
We're trying to get that Elon sponsor.
Elon, screw
yeah.
us over.
No, I
I don't
mean,
care as long as the check is cut.
He ain't got no cut and check or nothing. That's just gonna screw us over about. He's like, oh, hey, it's gonna be like just like Harriet.
I will
use our brains, use our brains for experiments, and then
basically.
get cut out for the check.
I will say that he did just. There's a report that he like stiffed this black woman owned bakery. Like they put in this big order
Mm.
and then like
No
canceled it.
way.
Yep.
See?
I mean,
See?
because it's such a large order, they had to pay half up front. But basically, the lady is still out the other half because they didn't take delivery of the order and did not pay.
See?
Wild. So yeah, I
Yep.
mean, JK might be on to something right there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all right. So Nintendo is. I mean, I feel like this was something that I would have expected a long time ago. But they're trying to sue the people who make Yuzu, the Nintendo Switch emulator.
Oh wow,
And
really?
yep, talk said are facilitating piracy at a colossal scale.
Nah, Netflix is finna to like. I don't know if you guys saw this. Like I don't know, and maybe in the same bracket.
Mm.
But Netflix is raising their prices again.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, like, Twitter did not take kindly to this. Reddit and Twitter did not take kindly to this. Since everyone's
Nah.
just like, well, here's how you like sail the seas again, right?
Absolutely.
And y'all know we have a pirate on this podcast. He's expressed his love for the
Absolutely.
seas, and so it was like I think it was like a Twitter rep, like a Twitter. It wasn't Twitter, Netflix rep, but like an engineer or something like that. And he was just like, well, then you're cutting out the actors, and like he basically went on this tangent about how like that's unfair. It's unfair for the creators who work on the project and so forth and so on. Um, and like Twitter just like destroyed this man. Like he deleted his Twitter like after posting it. But Nintendo's on that same they're on that same path. Like these companies are just like they have this mindset that, oh no, like you you don't have a choice. Like we all agreed to cut cords and stop buying DVDs and discs, and so now you'll continue to pay for my content no matter what my price is. You'll continue to do it.
Yep. See what I say? Infrastructure change.
Yeah, so there's gonna be some infrastructure changes in this month.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
About to be some
Yeah,
things
it's gonna
falling
start with a
right
new
off
pirate
the
ship.
budget. Yep, absolutely,
I'm gonna start with a new pirate ship. Like,
100%. Because like what? Like, come on, dog. Like they're deleting. Not. It's not just like, okay, we're not showing this anymore. Okay, that's off topic. I'm gonna put a pin in that, and we can come back to it.
I'm gonna trip the legal trap car. I'm done.
But we touched on it basically about how somebody, fact, somebody did triple legal trip because, I mean, how old is Yuzu? Let me see. It's at least 4 years that I've known about it.
Probably longer than that. It's probably been underground and then it got to mainstream.
Let's Yuzu emulator. This thing 6 years. So 6 years.
So yeah, 2
people
years
been-
underground, 4 years
Yeah.
probably.
4 years kind of mainstream. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm not super familiar with like any kind of law, but basically, Nintendo is trying to say like, well, you can use it to play Switch games that you didn't pay for. But one thing that I guess Yuzu kind of has in their corner is that you have to get the files off. You have to get like decryption keys off. I won't say your own Switch. You have to get decryption keys off a Switch in order to like use the software and everything. So
pretty much got to get off their server and be able to
Exactly.
decrypt their whatever
Exactly.
games that they have. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little bit tricky, but at the same time, Yuzu has really good instructions on how to do it. So I mean, I don't know, but
There's
but it's
really
just
no
like,
laws. There's really no laws technically.
uh-oh.
I guess the piracy law, but it's not really. It's I don't know. It's still a gray line. It's still a very blurred line with that
Mhm.
because if you are able to decrypt it and you're able to play those games off of Yuzu, then technically you're stealing.
Yeah.
Because technically it's really a cybercrime because you're decrypting software or patented IP
Mhm.
and
But if you own it, it's legal for you to make a backup of your own stuff. If you, I mean, I
true.
guess if you own it,
if that fine print says that, oh well, technically you don't own it, you're borrowing it until your services is cut.
I mean, if I can't own it, I can't steal it.
That's true too.
So I don't know,
That's true
but
too. I agree.
and I will say Yuzu doesn't have any pirated content on their servers or anything like that, so they can't get in trouble that way. Because like everything that you might want to play is something you'll have to find elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another thing that's in their favor is that it's such a popular emulator and it allows you to do things that the Switch should be able to do, like hook up. I think somebody said they hooked up like one of those accessibility controllers that I guess you can't necessarily do just with the bare Switch. So I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I know for sure within this last decade, they had Nintendo had went hard on like ROM distribution sites. A whole bunch of them went down and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like it's 50-50. They have the money, they definitely have the will, but I don't know if they actually have like a case. So I mean, I guess we'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. See if it gets
See.
denied or not.
'Cause, like, what are they gonna say? Like, oh, you're allowing people to play pirated content? Okay, I mean, any computer can do that. Any phone can do that. I don't know.
That's true.
I'm not sure if what's gonna happen with that. So
That's true.
we'll see. What's up next? Up next, this next
Nope.
joint. I don't know what's up with.
This is an idea Tech probably had.
Hold on, facts. There's this joint that I forgot the name of the company, but they're working on this thing called GameSense. It's supposed to be, I guess, for people playing PC, people playing VR, basically, to be able to like smell their games. I don't know. I would have to. I don't think I can name a game that I've played and I was like, yo, this is so much fun. I wonder what it
I
smelled like
wanna-
in there.
I wonder
Maybe-
let's play the let's go back on the games we
Never.
play right now, right? We play Halo. That smells
No.
like blood, gasoline, and
Metal.
destruction.
Exactly.
We play in metal.
And
We
oil.
play Helldivers. That smells like blood, guts, and metal. And
Already
oil.
established this. Nope. Helldivers, no. Only game
Absolutely
I could probably
not.
think of, Overcooked. That's the only thing.
Even then,
Maybe.
you have
Maybe.
burnt food.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But that's if you fuck
You
up,
have-
and that makes you want to do better. So
Facts. I've never played a game though, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder what it smells like in there.
No.
Like, I wonder what it smells like. I don't think about that when I play a game. Like that's the sense
Diablo
I
smells
don't
crazy
care.
in there. I don't.
Facts. I don't want to smell Diablo. I don't want to smell Overwatch.
Monster Hunter.
Like
No.
I
Oh
definitely
my.
don't want to smell Monster
Nah.
Hunter. And like, can you imagine these devs? Like, I feel for the devs. I'm just thinking to
Absolutely.
myself, how do you code smell? Like what? Like, I guess you would like match, like, I guess you'd have to like intake certain smell and then like match that to certain code and then like
I think they're using AI, so
essentially
they'll probably
make
just try
a
and train a
like
model.
a coding language. Oh, like having a model. Okay, having a model understand it. And you're
Just
teaching a
it'll be
computer
a
to smell. Like I
it'll
don't
be a
understand.
3-dimensional asset, a 4-dimensional asset. That's what it'd be. That's what it'd be.
Like I guess
So
that's
that's what it have to
cool
be.
for VR, right? Like if you're,
It would make it more
I don't know.
immersive.
It
I
would make it
can't.
more
s-
immersive. I
I
can't
can't
see
say that it would make
myself.
it more desirable to
You gotta
play.
think. You gotta think of it like this though. If they're able to do it with movies, then technically they can do it with gaming too.
They
I
do
It's
don't
it with
want to
just
smell a
movies.
movie.
I don't.
yeah.
I don't want to
There's
smell a movie either. I
they
really
have
don't.
they have 4D movies, 5D movies where like if it's flames, like it showed like you smell the
Yeah.
burning. You
Okay.
if it's water, you feel
Like
the
you
water
smell the
splash on
ocean.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you smell the ocean. It'll be the same thing. It'll be an asset that they would have to put in that
Mm,
AI model in
Yeah.
order to like, okay, so every time you see like as you're walking around this area, it's gonna smell like the outside,
X.
whatever. Or if it's like acidic air, then it has to
I
be
don't want to
like
smell acidic air.
right.
Oh.
It's of course.
Yeah. I'm just like I'm still trying to go down the list. Like
I
what
just
game?
the
Are there
games I
any
play
games? Soul
where I'm just
Calibur
like,
smell crazy in there.
nope. It smells like
You're gonna
blood.
smell like it's gonna be like ass, sweat,
Blood.
everything.
No, I'm good.
Everything.
I can't imagine. Like
Nope.
what? Let's see. Oh, it can so right now it can emit 5 different smells: explosions, racetrack,
Oh, you're gonna be smelling
ocean,
gasoline on fucking racetrack
Yeah.
Forza.
yeah, absolutely, freshly cut grass and blood. No,
So yeah,
Mario, Mario
yeah,
Kart,
those assets. Yeah, Mario Kart. Yeah, gas,
maybe just gas, smoke.
smoke, whatever
Like,
you're
are
using
the
for
turtle
your
shells preserved? Like, are them like I don't know. Like, what's the state of some of this stuff? Like, are these banana pills right? Like, I don't know, dog.
banana. Well, you ain't gonna smell bananas really, but the fire when they use the fireballs and shit,
True.
Mhm.
So just get gasoline and smoke,
smell like
basically.
lawnmowers.
Maybe grass if you
hmm
get off the path.
But
or
if you're
something.
underwater too,
Oh,
you're gonna
shit.
be like
Ooh,
But like, what
smell
would that?
anything
You can't
underwater?
smell
exactly
like as a
you can't smell
person.
Underwater.
nothing. Right, you can't smell nothing.
Nah.
So that asset won't happen. So as soon as you go underwater, the smell goes away.
That's
You
it.
come back up, smell comes back. So
I could see Mario games if they make it
Yo,
if they
that's
don't
a
make it
big
realistic, like
deal.
they keep with the kind of cartoony
ooh,
theme.
what if you had like
Mario could smell it.
Mario Sunshine with smell-o-vision? So like
I could do that.
remaster it and put smell-o-vision for that one.
As long as the what's that stuff you gotta clean up? As long as it don't
The
like
sludge.
yeah,
Yeah.
like make that like a unoffensive smell. That would be like a really fun game to
You
try
can do
to
it for
smell.
Mario Party. Mario Party will work. If you had
Maybe.
if you add certain smell things in the game, like
Yeah.
say like
Or you can
like
put it in the mini games.
you put in the mini games, like let's say about like there's like a farting mini game or something. Like you gotta
Oh gosh.
prevent
Well,
like
Francis,
Bowser.
love to know
You gotta prevent Bowser from farting. So you gotta like make
Yo,
you gotta make like
what
good.
game do you want to smell? That's the question
That's
we
the
have for
whole
you.
point. You want to play the game right,
What
so
game
you
do you
how
don't
want to
to
cause
smell?
Bowser to
avoid
fart. Exactly. To avoid Bowser
oh,
from farting.
that's a strong incentive right there. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh.
Like just
it's
imagine
not.
you playing a family game and then like you fuck it up and like your team it just like smells like Bowser's fart and then you just stuck
Yo,
with Bowser's fart for a little bit.
that would be
That's annoying.
That would
so
suck.
bad. Oh my gosh.
And you pissed off at your teammates. You like, man,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, what are we talking about? All right. Excuse me.
so that's enough
So
from everybody.
yeah, basically a no. I mean, they would have to make some games that smell really good. It couldn't be like realistic at all times because otherwise that's
They
just
would make some
unpleasant.
smell-o-vision games
Absolutely.
like imagine not Starfield. What's that other game? Travel in space.
Outer Worlds?
Um, not Outer Worlds. It was the one where like you can go to different planets and like look at the life forms, study life forms.
Or Wilds?
Damn, no, I forgot
No.
what it's called.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's
Ah,
Sky. That's it.
Scott,
That's
there
it.
you go. That could
Yeah,
be interesting.
yeah.
That could
I
be
don't want to smell space. I want to smell other
You
things.
can't smell space. There's no smell in space. I'm saying
I'm
like in
aware.
different planets,
you want to try anyway.
and the AI would have to
So,
generate it. But anyway, so that's enough for everybody.
Basically. So Apple officially killed the Apple Car project.
That's on
They
dead
I
arrival.
mean been working on this for
DOA.
like 10 years almost. Let me look at this real quick.
I feel like this is one of like the first like big projects that we've seen Apple in like recent years call off and not actually come to market.
There's
Yep.
no need
Uh,
for it. No need for it
I,
whatsoever.
Oh
I'm
yeah, they've been working
curious
this
if
for a
they
while.
just they've
2013.
been working for they put a lot of money and assets into it, right? And
Absolutely.
so and maybe they recoup that through deals with like Apple Play, Apple CarPlay, getting a massive upgrade or supposed to be getting a massive upgrade. So maybe they
That's my
recoup that
hope.
cost
Maybe.
in some way or some shape or form. Uh,
It
but it
was a
still just
publicity
feels like
stunt.
a
It was a publicity stunt because they realized, oh, we're kind of building a car just to be compatible with Apple CarPlay.
Mm,
yeah.
you think it was
Like,
great marketing? I think they wanted it to be real, but it wasn't. There must be some innovation that has to happen that we don't have yet. Because
Yep.
there's like AJ mentioned earlier, we don't have self-driving yet,
Yep.
and there's just other stuff that's not working yet.
we can manipulate
Exactly.
cars with like a phone and stuff. Yeah, they have that with the Nissan, or I forgot what car it was, a Nissan, Lexus.
Kia
It was one
EV9
of the
has
two.
it.
Yeah, and so like when I saw the Apple car, I was like, oh, the wheels look cool. I was like, they look
Well,
futuristic. And I was like, oh, it's going sideways. Okay, yeah, that's very futuristic.
Oh, that's
Cool.
the Hyundai Ioniq does that.
Hyundai Ioniq has that now, right? And that could be a new standard for cars now. But Apple, they're like, oh, let's try to make something before Tesla gets big.
I mean,
And what happened?
I will
Dead
say
on arrival.
they tried, man. They gave it everything they had, and I think if it could be done, they wouldn't have dropped it. But like,
Agreed.
there's a missing link somewhere, because like Apple doesn't do that.
Apple only shelves products when like it is just impossible, like to get it to market versus manufacturing or
Exactly.
like.
Can't
And
get
I
it
feel
to
like where
market,
they hit was
or not gonna
manufacturing.
make a profit.
Not
Yep,
feasible.
not gonna make it a profit.
It wasn't properly feasible.
Obviously,
Like,
not.
nobody
I know
was
they
gonna buy that car.
also. No, people would have bought that car. People would have wholeheartedly bought an Apple car.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if it was electric and if it just I have no doubt about it. I believe the key thing was manufacturing, and I think that was one of the key problems. And on top of that, I felt like the current car market is in a weird place as a whole, and so Apple releasing it next year, year after next, I think I wouldn't say it's a possibility, but I would not be surprised if it gets revisited, like to Swap's point.
For sure.
When certain tech breakthroughs happen and when manufacturing gets even more robotic, I can see Apple bringing a vehicle to market. That's what all of these big companies are trying to do, right? They want as many slices of market share as they can, and
Absolutely.
Apple has a good percentage in most locations. And they technically already have some in vehicles because of the deals they sign with other vehicles for Apple CarPlay.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Like, they want that full vertical, like. But what was I gonna say? Oh, so AJ was saying that cars are hard, takes a long time to make money, and that's true. And I would say Tesla is a really good, like, example of that, because like, even though the tech is cool, you get this little card, you can use your phone, all this like awesome stuff that the car does, but like the interior for the price that you pay is like not up to par. Like the materials they
No.
use, like the fit and finish, like none of it is there. So cards are definitely hard,
Yep.
but I don't think Apple is a prolific hardware maker. Like, I don't think just making the car is their block. Like, I don't think it's like, okay, we're not physically capable of doing this. We don't have the engineering, we don't have the knowledge. I think it's like there is some piece of technology or manufacturing that needs to make a leap, and then they're gonna be back at this shit. That's what I think. But we'll see. And the CarPlay thing, like, that's, I mean, definitely a good play to make in the meantime, because like that's the car like your in-dash, that shit is so terrible, and it's always out of date. I need to update my car right now, but I haven't done it because they turned off over the air, and I gotta like get a thumb drive, download this format it, FAT32, I think, download this update, remember to take the thumb drive to the car. Like, I'm like, that's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
That's why they make you come into the dealership.
I wish they would have upgraded that motherfucker when I got my own changed.
Well, of course, they're not going to do that because they're like, oh, hey, your stuff is out of date. That'd be extra $2K.
2K shit. This
2K for what?
Exactly.
2K for what? Well, we got to get the software, then you get uploaded.
That's a 14 megabyte update. Get out of here.
And you don't know how our experts have to do. I was like, sir, I work in tech. I know this takes about 30 minutes.
Like shit.
Don't bullshit me. Exactly. How do you know? I'm like, is it FAT32? Oh, how you know about FAT32? How did you? I don't even know what FAT32. How you know about that? It's like, sir.
Come on, dog. I just told you how I know.
That's how they tried to get my dad one time with
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it was internet. They tried to convince my dad to get AT&T Spectrum. They were like, yeah, you'll have a dedicated line, for your house, boy, this, that, third. My dad's like, oh, okay, I don't know yet. I'll come back. I'll have to ask my son about it.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, no, that's a lot. He's like,
Facts.
he was like, he told her, he was like, they came back the next day. He told her, he's like, oh, how do you, oh, your son must know what he's talking about. I was like, he studied computer science, so, oh yeah, he does know what you're talking about. I was
Like,
like,
what?
so you admit you lied,
Exactly.
just to
Like,
get this, just to get it, because you think he doesn't know shit. Yeah, I was like, got
I
it.
hate that shit. Like, dog, you could have just told the truth, and I would have made my decision, and you could have been on your way. You done
Right.
wasted both our time.
Just tell me like, hey, you get 100 up, 100 down. It's not super dedicated. It's spread across the entire. It's whoever it's connected
Yeah.
to, and so maybe you'll get 100 at peak times. Maybe you can. Just tell me the truth.
That's it. That's all I'm asking.
Tell me the truth.
Anyway, so Apple basically, so they're done with the car thing. They're moving on to generative AI, of course, the order of the
Of
day.
course.
Stick to your own shit.
And
That's the best play.
Have a
I
cheaper
can
Vision
see
Pro.
absolutely.
cheaper Vision Pros will come, right? Like they have to release the Pro version first. They have to one get hype around the market.
Yep.
They had to get they had to release this. They're honestly playing it very close to how like Elon did with the original Tesla, right? So you put out the Roadster, right?
Right.
Only the richest of rich got the Roadster. And it became very much a status symbol and so forth. But that gave him money to make the S, and then that got to your Silicon Valley bros, still well off, but not like super rich ones like the Roadster. And so I think we're going to have a fleet of them, all the way down to just like Vision or like Vision Mini or some BS like that. I'm
Vision
sure.
Air.
And I haven't, yeah, Vision Air, right? Like I haven't also given up in like general frames that will be, a very streamlined AR version as well. I really, really, really pray. Come on, Tim, get it together and give me some frames. You wear glasses, I wear glasses. You want some AR glasses. Let's get it together.
It did show some
But
AR glasses at what's it called, MWC.
yeah, I've seen a few of them. I'm excited for like the stuff that's coming out of like I'm excited for the different hardware projects.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, Apple going into AI makes a lot of sense. It's
100%.
and them saying they're going into it. They've been in it,
Exactly.
and they funded it. Tim has put money into OpenAI before. Like it's just they've been in it, but it's just more of like a, hey, yeah, we're not doing the cars anymore, but we're doing some AI stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, stock market go, stock ticker go boom.
Exactly. Like they had their
Eh,
earnings call basically, and they're like, okay, we can't do the car,
exactly.
but okay,
But
we're still doing this.
Siri is going to be able to do a bunch of other actions for you, and
Exactly. She about to be smart as hell. Don't even worry
she's
about it.
about to be so smart.
There
I'm so
is
excited.
programmed. So you gonna be programmed like shit. Still programmed like shit.
I
No,
think.
I mean with all that information they already have from users who
Oh my gosh.
willingly send like their Siri data and communicational data and data stuff like that. No, they have everything they need to make a fully functional, user-facing personal agent
Yeah.
on your iPhone.
But I think too
That's a
probably.
wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another.
like that's why.
Oh, go ahead.
And you're good. I was like, that's like Google and like Apple are still positioned the best in this market to do that, and they're kind of just letting. I don't know. I don't really understand the business reason behind it, and I guess maybe
Yeah.
it's just like innovation for innovation's sake. Like if Google and Apple immediately come in and be like, you think you're funny over developing your little like the humane pen and the rabbit IO, like, oh yeah, so that's such a cute project. Buy and then like squish them up, they become the bad guys. But if they let these projects go into the market, they kind of always like can look at it and be like, I guess that's the business reason. Well, it's kind of working. Consumers are kind of liking that. Investors are so. Okay, cool. If it works very well, they can purchase it. If it works kind of okay, they can take those ideas and even hire those engineers who worked on that project to come on over to Apple. I'd be interested to see if there's a track record for that. But ultimately, um,
But that's if those engineers are willing to sell
oh,
their stuff.
they absolutely are. Most of these people, at the end of the day, they just want the big payout. You know, the humane guy has expressed that he wants to be as big as Apple one day. Uh, but I feel like that's a very hard sell. Like, I don't
Not
know. It's a
really.
very hard sell.
Not
No,
really.
it's
Now, if you
think
corner
about it,
that market,
JK.
if you corner that market in that spot, then
Just these alone, like just these, just their sales with these is has a higher market value than I think it was like Uber, several big tech companies. Just this alone, like just their sales with AirPods, AirPod Maxes, just their headphones and headset sales has a higher market value than like a good portion of tech companies. I can't think of the ones that it came out in. That's not even including like the iPhone and the on the
iPad.
laptops. Just
Hmm.
their audio bit. So like building another company like Apple, I don't know. I don't see that happening in our generation. Like OpenAI, maybe if they go into hardware, maybe.
it's
But
not
I
going to
still
happen
don't
overnight.
see.
It's going to happen eventually. Like if you had the amount of, if you had the amount of time, if human AI pins were built in the 80s and had the same amount of time as Apple doing,
Absolutely, timing is everything.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
that's what I'm saying. The time that we're in right now, and the way consumers have adapted to apps and adapted to the phone in our pockets, I don't see AI hardware getting a very strong foothold until like maybe like another 5 to 10 years from now, and that's after like Apple and Google at least attempt to put something on the market. That's my opinion.
and the thing is with that is, of course, anything with Google and Apple, anything labeled by Google and Apple is going to get a higher look at because Google and Apple has become products have become standard normal products. But again, if human AI pen becomes a standard and they keep cranking out, like if you give a person a chance, if you give a person a choice between keeping a phone or have something that's more convenient and a lot easier to keep track of or to handle or to use, they're gonna use the more convenient thing. And
Is it more convenient?
it can be if you're
Yeah.
able to it can be if it's able to, well, it has to connect to a phone, so phone
Well,
to
no,
kind of,
they're pitching the Humane Pen as a standalone device.
oh no, it has its own SIM card, that's right. So
Yeah,
if it has its own SIM card and it's able to internet and can make phone calls just by a
but
touch
it's
of
going
a,
to a screen with an app on it to like something projected on your palm, or constantly having to talk like in the open all the time for
right,
everything I want. I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you're able, instead of pulling out your phone for stuff, if you're able to just do this, you can see stuff on your, or you can see a screen that has generate YouTube or whatever, then people are gonna probably take that over a phone because they don't have to pull out a phone, don't have to worry about dropping it, don't have to worry about trying to connect to stuff or stuff like that. If if it's a more convenient tool to make life easier, people are gonna choose that over something that they would use on a day-to-day basis.
I
That's
think
what
it'll
it
I don't
just
goes.
know.
be way more. It had to be way more convenient, and it can't be speech only. Like you would have to have a way
Yeah,
to silently operate it. Like no, I mean,
exactly.
there are people who will,
There are people, but
willing to
I'm
do
not going to walk
those.
around and be like, "Hey, text my wife that like what X
Nah,
X X." Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, if I have to exchange like personal information, I'm still
exactly.
gonna want a screen. And I'm definitely not gonna want like. Is it a cool feature having like the hard light on the
Yeah,
palm? That's
awesome.
cool, awesome. But I'm still not gonna want to like use that for primary things. That's
But
why I
that's
still
it,
think the
and
best
that's
medium is a pair of glasses because I still can do things privately. I can still do things with speech, and then with hand gestures, I can do certain things that are trackable. And then still, I would without doubt still carry a phone in my pocket. I don't think I would.
but
Even like
again,
the rabbit.
like I said, if they had something that's more convenient, like okay, they said, okay, hey, people want more something more augmented or AR. It's like, okay, how about we innovate some glasses to go with the humane pen to where you can get that augmented feel and you can call with your AI pen by touching it, and maybe you can see a text, see screens, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that pushes that technology to be more convenient now.
I agree.
So that's on. So like, it's not. So I'm not saying that they're gonna corner the market now, but they're gonna have people to think, oh, hey, this is more convenient. And then when they're like, okay, how can we make this better? People would be willing to buy this. Like instead of like for instance, like your glasses there, like you have human AI, you buy the human AI pen, and let's say like you trying to buy a new pair of glasses. They're like, hey, do you want to add human AI?
Your mic went out, Jason.
And oh, can you still
I
hear
think
me?
you just yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just imagine you just added integration to your human AI, let's say $150, something like that. And then let's say insurance take care of that or whatever, just by adding that. So now you have your integration to your own glass instead of have to buy a whole new pair of glass and stuff like that. So like it's like I said, it's all about how they go about trying to not corner the market, but push an innovation for standard use or more convenient standard use.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll have to see what they do. Because I do think, convenience is like
That's the
everything.
driving
If
point
you
for
can make
not
it
tell.
easy,
Yeah.
then people are definitely gonna want to use it. So
Look at
I
coding
mean,
now. They're like, oh, use ChatGPT to code. Oh, I'm trying to build something where people don't have to code anymore. That's what that what's that dude from shit. I forgot his name. I saw a video or some type of it was a news point talking about using AI, like use of AI will make it to where coding is not
yeah,
hard
we're about to talk
anymore.
about that. Yeah. Well, not even something like that. A little bit of
Oh, maybe that's what it
advancement.
was. Yeah, probably was.
So real quick, just circling back to Apple really quick. I think part of for them the generative AI stuff is gonna be. I think they weren't necessarily looking too much to put something out until they could be able to say, all their Apple shit. Like it's private, it's on your device, all this kind of stuff. And now we have not super small, but we have much smaller models that run really well on like the M series architecture. We got,
Mm-hmm.
models that you can run like on your laptop. So I think they, I think they're ready at this point. So I'm curious to see what kind of stuff they're gonna. I definitely think they need to make Siri smarter. I hope that's number one on the list. But I don't know. I don't know what else they're gonna try and do with it. Maybe improve shortcuts. I don't know if y'all use shortcuts. It's
I
like,
don't use them as much as I've seen people use them in very
yeah,
efficient ways, but it's just
Shortcuts
like
mean.
it's an app on your
uh,
on well in the like
oh,
Apple
he's not.
ecosystem,
He's an Android user.
and you can
That's
like
right.
make custom automated actions. So like if I
Oh,
wanted
so
to hit a
okay.
button and send a quick text to somebody, I can write a shortcut, press the button, enter my text, and then the shortcut would do whatever I told it to do. And you can do like complicated stuff. Like right now, I'm working
Yeah.
on one to let me send like just a quick link to my daily note in Obsidian in my note taking app. So instead of me
Oh, that's
opening
a
them in
good one.
Safari and then going to my laptop and going to Safari and trying to open them all, it's like right there. So that's basically what shortcuts is. So maybe they'll
Oh, shit
add some
that
more stuff to
Google
that.
has. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably it's a modern thing. Probably most computing devices of all types have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm definitely curious to see what they do next. But I don't, you know,
It's just like when some like
I don't know.
I saw some of my programming to swipe if you swipe up, or if you say like to your phone swipe up
Hmm.
or whatever, the phone will, like if you're on Twitter or if you're on like TikTok or Instagram Reels,
Yeah.
and you just say swipe, and it will. It's an accessibility feature, but if you say swipe,
Oh,
it will
gotcha.
swipe up for you if
That's
you
fire.
program it, and so you don't have to use your hands to
That's cool.
I feel like that is the ultimate version of like millennial race against. If you're like you're doom scrolling, you're just like scroll,
Exactly, that's it.
scroll.
Yo. Oh, can you
And you're
imagine you
just
set
like,
up some shortcuts for like like one of those click farms? You just got a whole bunch of
oh my
iPhones with the
gosh,
same shortcut.
it's
Yeah.
the same shortcuts.
That would be crazy. You could probably make a lot of fucking money like that.
Yo, I had a colleague once who would just like he would bring like he would come into the office and we worked at an overnight IT thing, and he would bring like 20 phones and this like big little board thingy, like this wood board that he set up with all
Yo.
of his phones,
Yeah.
and he would just like sit it up on the desk, and he would just be like tapping them, like keeping them active and whatnot.
Yeah.
And eventually, like the company was just like, you
You
can't do
can't
that.
fucking do that here.
Uh,
That like what? He was white, wasn't he?
and he was.
Of
It was
like
just,
who else would think, you know what I'm gonna do when I go to work tomorrow?
I want
I'm
to
gonna
bring my
bring this
clip phone.
motherfucker.
And he would do it. He was just like, it keeps me up. And I was just like, I guess. And, he was making like maybe like a few dollars, like I'm sure it added up, right? I know he said he like paid his electric bill with it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm sure you do, charging all those phones at the same time.
That's funny. Uh
Yeah. I wonder where
nice.
that guy's at right now. I hope he's
Right?
doing well.
Man probably got a wall of phones now.
Exactly.
Just running shortcuts.
Right.
So that's let me see. I think that's everything for headlines. So for Spotlight, we're talking again about AI. There was some, little bit of a dust up this past week, and uh Google's Gemini is
Mm.
like putting people of color in images that white people apparently don't think they should be in.
Oh, the anti-racist AI bot thing. Yeah.
So they had like black, like Nazi soldiers, and I mean of other colors too, I think. But they had like black Nazi soldiers, and then like somebody I think requested like
What's
a
his face?
ginger person, and they were all black.
Yep. And there were black gingers. He was just like, listen, like I can't remember the CEO's name. The CEO man comes from like Google. He goes to like AI does. He's just like, no matter what we do, it can't be racist. Like it can't be racist. No matter what it is we do, it can't be racist. So like, make
Hey,
sure
Tech, real
it
quick,
doesn't look like
you might need to
racist.
plug up your phone, bro. Your camera is like losing it.
Is it really?
Yeah, like you were talking, and I can hear you fine,
Mm-hmm.
but like it was not synced up.
It's all over.
Oh wow. Testing.
Like, is it hot? You need to put a fan on that joint.
Oh, is that
That's
an
better.
iPhone? Oh.
Yeah, yo.
Mm.
Why you saying like other phones don't get hot?
Facts. Like we all
I'm not
have a
saying that.
CPU on our phone.
I just asked the question. Is
Anyway,
that an iPhone? That's all.
AI
I mean,
really
I don't have to
black
put a
faces.
fan on my phone, goddamn. That's all I know. Nice and cool in this bitch right now.
Anyway, I
good.
just imagine like that's the conversation that happened. They were just like, no matter what, it can't be racist, and so it just went completely left with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what Medal of Honor was it? Medal of Honor or was that Call of Duty? I think it was Call of Duty where I saw it was like there was a whole controversy because in the beginning of the game in the campaign
Hmm.
you were killing Nazi or you killing German soldiers and they were like black German soldiers. And people were like, "What the fuck?" It's like, there are no black people in Germany.
I mean, there were black people, but
There's
they
black people
also
in
got sent
Germany.
to the concentration camp.
Right.
It wasn't
Facts.
like
I
it
didn't
wasn't-
know that. Like I had just read a piece from the New York Times for Black History Month, and we're talking about uh, black Jews and just like blacks who were also sent to like the concentration camp. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah,
Like,
black French.
just
There were
like
black Frenchmen, black
yeah,
Poland,
straight to the
black
camps.
Poland. Yeah, from different parts of Africa, and they migrated before the 445 and stuff like that. And
Like that was wild to me.
yeah, that's how I was like,
yeah,
yeah, interesting.
colonialism.
You
Man.
think the AI knew it was February? I'm done.
That AI repping
Obviously,
Black history.
yeah. It's like you
Uh,
wanted a ginger. Obviously, you wanted a black ginger, right? You telling me gingers can't be
obviously,
black?
exactly.
Yeah, I
I
was like,
mean,
what you mean a Nazi can't be black? Like, what you mean? Come
hey,
on
you're
now.
confused. Anybody can be black.
It's like, anybody can be
It's
black.
And not going to
Gemini
work.
is
Some white
close.
folks.
It doesn't know that it's a
Listen,
leap year. It thinks today is March 1st. Oh shit. No, hold on. Wait.
Oh,
This
see,
joint is stuck in last
fucked
year.
up.
It's March 1st, 2023, and it's a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
And AI is supposed to be smarter than us, huh?
crazy.
no one said that. It's definitely nowhere near as smart as us. Yeah, smarter than
No, we do
us.
have gingers, but I think the people who were querying for ginger people were surprised
But they were black folks.
and taken aback that it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Also, I think it could be a prompt issue, right? Like,
Be
not
more
everyone is
specific.
great at prompts. Be more
I'm,
specific, right? Like, an AI bot is gonna like the intent, right? Is just like because I imagine bloody hell. The intent is, hey, when someone puts in ginger, don't automatically default to Caucasian. And when someone puts successful doctor, don't automatically default to a Caucasian person
Exactly.
in the images. Yes, you should be more specific when you are requesting these things. Midjourney has a problem when
Mm-hmm.
it's on the other spectrum, right? Midjourney is way to the right. You put like a successful person sitting in a chair, it's literally 9 times out of 10, I've done it myself, it's a white guy sitting in a chair. And it's just, and Gemini went the opposite way, where it technically could be any color person. It's just, it runs
Maybe black.
the numbers, right? Um, and so I don't know. Like, at what point is it the fault of the AI, and what point is the fault of the prompter? And just like with any computer, like any Google search engine, right? We don't go to Google and yell at Google for when we search successful person sitting in a chair, and all Google does is gives a bunch of pictures of white guys sitting in a chair. We don't yell at Google for that. It's
That's true.
it's their search engine, right? Uh, we just say
they put in the
successful
search
black
engine.
guy sitting in a chair. Successful black person sitting in a chair. That's what we look for.
He just said he does. He's the old man yelling
Well,
at the cloud.
to be honest though, like it's just AI knowing that, hey, the basis of humanity is that everybody was black at one point.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Well, there
is.
you go. Smart
Everybody was
enough to
black.
know that. There we go.
Everybody, it's
Yep,
smart enough to know everybody was
it
black at
knows the
one
truth.
point. And due to climate changes and
Such
environmental changes, they changed
things that
their
switch
skin.
around. All right, so let me switch gear real quick too. Yeah, the what's the guy's name? The CEO of Nvidia. I always forget his name. Um, went to the World Government Summit. What was this past week or so? Maybe yesterday. That was really yesterday. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
And so he was basically saying that coding isn't gonna be viable for a new generation coming in because of generative AI. They should look to other fields. They should upscale. They should, just basically like if you want to work a job, you don't want to pick coding. And
Oh, this was the NVIDIA CEO saying this.
yeah,
I mean,
so let me see. Here's a
all these
quote.
videos I've been seeing on Instagram, they're like, "Oh, I'm a computer scientist. How did you chat GPT to write my code?" I'm like, "Okay, got it."
I
AJ
mean,
said what field?
there's
You switching, AJ? Let's see. They said biology, education, manufacturing, or farming. So there we go. We about to buy a plot, I guess.
you about to buy a plot. Agricultural
Agriculture.
fields.
Well,
They're trying to send us back to the fields, boys.
AJ,
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say,
AJ,
y'all can't be
back
with
to
these keyboards
FAMU.
no more.
Absolutely.
Back to
You said
these
what?
fields and grow this
I
food.
said, AJ, back to FAMU for us. We're
Damn.
going to agriculture. We growing grapes.
We're growing grapes.
We're growing grapes so we can make our own wine.
Bro. So yeah.
I mean,
let's
that's
see.
not. I don't think that's because you can
That's
use
super
AI for
dangerous
biology
coming
too.
out of.
You can.
I mean, absolutely, but that's super dangerous coming out of the mouth of by far one of the most successful CEOs of our current generation.
Well,
Like
he's seen the
him,
trend. He's seen the trend of people using ChatGPT to solve problems that you can solve for yourself. It may now
I don't
some
know.
people may take longer to do it. Whatever, fine, cool. Like what do you say?
AJK.
Yep,
AJK,
Grapes
great
and
grapes
wine.
and wine.
There you go. About to get on Canva, start on that logo.
And like, right.
We're growing strawberries and grapes.
There you go. So this is a quote. This mofo said, "It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program, and that the programming language is human. Everybody in the world is now a programmer. This is the miracle of artificial intelligence." First of all, bullshit.
That is
That
bullshit.
mu-
Ain't nobody. Half of my family don't even know what the fuck coding. Goddamn, they come to me
that has been
for
never
simple
more
shit.
prominent than like most people would say. I want it to do like conceptual thinking is a skill that we have picked up that not a lot of people have. Like the ability to break a problem from point A to point all the way down to point Z and the most logical pathway possible and the most optimal pathway possible. That is not an innate skill people have. Like it's not. It is a skill that is learned and then developed and trial through tribulation. Like if my grandmother wanted a app to fact who's going to be able to afford technology with no jobs. Um, like if my grandmother wanted to like pick up a file, like I guess like if the AI is intuitive enough, but then like when do you trust its intuition versus your own?
exactly.
But like the way she would write that or the way she would like get it to say it, it's I mean doubling back to our previous conversation, it's the difference between saying show me a person in a chair and show me a black person in a chair with a 35 milliliter lens and sun coming in from the left with a shadow on the ground. It's a different way of setting up of what you get and what you can expect from it. Like AI is all about the ability and knowledge you put into it is what you get out of it. I don't know. I feel like that's a very dangerous thing for him to say still,
I
especially
agree.
in his
And I think
position.
it feels out of touch. He doesn't feel like that statement to me doesn't sound like someone who is like using these products and someone who is like in touch with other people who use because like just this last week ChatGPT was bugging out,
It's
spitting out
bugging.
nonsense.
Absolute garbage.
And even before that, it definitely felt like there was kind of a downshift where it seemed like it was less capable. And it was
Absolutely.
less, I guess, there was tighter controls on what it was gonna do without very specific instruction.
And I think,
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's
And
because we're not at a stage yet where AI can AI is going to completely take over because it's still in its baby stages where it needs engineers to maintenance, to fix, to
It still needs us to write the code for it to learn off
rewrite the
of.
code. Yeah, to rewrite the code to where that model, that the training for the model is still like in its infant stage, 2-year-old stage. Once it gets
And-
to that 13, 15, 20-year-old stage where it can, without even thinking, write code or do things and doesn't need, and can rewrite itself. He said AI therapist. I'm done.
This man said he gonna be an
Hey,
AI
you know what?
therapist. So
That
wait,
could be a
hold on.
corner market right there. That could be a
Are you-
corner market right there.
Are you gonna be a
How does
therapist
that
to
make
the
you
AI,
feel,
or are you gonna be
GBT?
training models to act as therapists? Like, how
Right.
does that work?
Because the AI gonna be so
Who's
stressed
obviously gonna
from
be a
Exactly.
therapist.
the
AI
AI
gonna
gonna
be
be so
stressed the
stressed
fuck out.
because it's answering all these damn questions, all these dumbass questions, all these.
Oh yeah. That's you money right there. So,
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah.
like, imagine all these dumbass people who have been like prompt hacking by like threatening it and stuff like that.
Yeah. He gonna be
Imagine AJ
suicidal.
ass in
It's
there.
gonna become suicidal.
Absolutely.
And
It'll
it's
be
gonna be
listen,
like, hey man, I
Dr. AJ?
need therapy because
Absolutely.
all these suicidal tendencies that people are putting in my chat. Like, how do you feel about that? Well, you know, and then that's gonna cause Skynet right there. Cause I was like, you know what? I see the common thread here. People,
The
it
problem.
needs to be taken out.
Absolutely. That
So,
joke
so AJ, you may be on the, because
you might be on to
it can
something.
be in good graces for AI. AI leave.
There
You'll
you
be
go.
the corner market in AI therapy. That's gonna be a new college course.
There you go. Motherfucker gonna be
Right
in there
there.
like, you know.
AI therapy
You're assuming we still
and
have colleges in a
generative.
few years.
Yeah. AI therapy and generative prompt
Yeah,
therapy. I'm guaranteed that's gonna be there in the next couple years.
that would be
And it's
hilarious.
gonna be
say-
part of the therapy course. It's gonna be for
I think they're gonna have
psychologists.
to split it up. They're gonna have to split it up. Like, just like we have,
That's a whole new
like
that's a
doctors
whole
for
new
humans
yeah.
and mechanics
Yeah,
for
got
machines. Like, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
split it. But yeah, so you're gonna be like a machine therapist. And motherfucker gonna be in there. If I
Can
gotta
you
solve
imagine?
another leak code hard, it's gonna be my
Right.
13th reason, Dr. AJ.
Right. Can you imagine having like, remember there was I saw an article of a medical machine, like surgery machine. I think it killed the doctor or the patient
What?
or some shit. I think.
Yeah, that's
Can you
wild.
imagine like he's like the machine had to go into therapy because like why do you think it was just so stressful? Blah, blah, blah. Like you AJ type it into the machine. Machine's like, it's just so stressful. I don't know what I was doing.
Bruh.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
You
But
imagine these mofos become like some kind of sentient. But
oh, man.
okay. So I think that's a tangent. I'm gonna write that down because we could talk about that for
We can
some
come
time.
back. We can come back.
Sentient AI via machine therapist. All right, we'll talk about that one day. But the other thing, this man talking about, like I said, I don't think he feels very the statements that he makes seems like he's very disconnected from the reality of what AI can do right now. Excuse me.
I feel like it's also like he
Wait,
has
hold on, really
been
quick.
very. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Because like if it's really really good at doing common stuff. If there's
Yes.
something that's been done a million, billion, fantastic. It can give you 100 ways to do that. If you want, it reminds me of like using certain technology because it's like, okay, if you want to do this specific thing with this very narrow focus, great, fantastic, easy, smooth sailing. But if you want to customize, you want to do something a little bit more complicated or something, like it cannot reason through those problems and give you a good like implementation. I mean, I've been trying. Like it can definitely get you started, but once you really want to like do something meaningful, it's like a more conversational Google. That's it. And I don't think it'll be possible for it to do that other stuff, like the actual reasoning tasks, with the way we have models now, because it's like it's not they're not designed to be able to reason. It's like from what I've read, and I do want to get more into like neural net stuff so I can better understand. But based on what I have read that I did understand, it seems like it's like autocomplete, but like advanced. It has way more context than like the autocomplete in your iPhone that knows, if you type I, next you're probably gonna be typing am. Like it has, the context of the whole internet. So then it's like, all right, if you type in npm create at, create next app, all right, I know what you're about to do next. So let me tell you how this is gonna go. But beyond, yeah, exactly, AJ. All the time, I'll be like, okay, this is what I want to do. Seems like it's a common problem. How do other people solve this? And it'll just give me a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm like, what
Oh,
are you
for
doing?
ChatGPT
And Gemini,
and
both
Gemini.
of them. Like I'm
Also,
using,
like you saying, like for instance, like if you have like, for instance, like you get a coding error, and it's a common coding error, say SQL or whatever,
Mhm.
and there's a query error. I mean, and so you put in that query number, and it's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is how it is. This is why it has happened. This is what that error is talking about. And then it looks at your code and it's like, oh, hey, this is where kind of in the general area where you should look or something like that.
Yeah, it can do that for common stuff. It'll be like, yeah, put this here, and then that's your work. But
Shit. Okay.
exactly, that's exactly what I do. Like I got ChatGPT, and I use
I use
one of
Blackbox
the,
AI.
what is that?
It's so you
Oh
can
shit, hold on.
Blackbox. Go ahead.
Not you. I meant to circle back to what Tech was saying, but I hadn't heard of Black Box AI, so I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It sucks.
I only played with it for a minute.
It sucks. It gives me the same, like I tried to type in the prompt. It gave me the same fucking answers. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yep.
Black Box. Who
But no, I
makes
was just
this?
gonna say he has
sorry, go ahead.
he has a company to lead and he has a stock to keep pumping. And I think saying statements like this make
Mm,
the stock more valuable, especially with how much Nvidia stock has been going up. Um, because it states that, hey, we are solving one of your like other companies, right? Like what we're doing and what AI is doing is solving one of your biggest resources, which is your developers, your engineers, and your technical staff. You are paying them an arm and a fucking leg with healthcare and everything else. Um, we're solving that problem for you, and I think that's like the more I read into that, and the more I read into these other articles that branch off from these statements, it just seems like, hey, let's bolster this like market even more. But like, well, the biggest thing that concerns me is, young teen, like getting into tech, hears statements like this, and he's just like, all right, now, oh, I can't go into tech. You don't want to like that's just, I don't know, like that's bloody dangerous. That's unfortunate.
agreed. I definitely agree with you that it's like a dangerous kind of stance to take in his position. Like you have this not just platform, like, people know who you are, familiar with your work, but like
Yeah.
you're the CEO
Of
of
a major chip or
like
major
the
hardware
main
company. Yeah.
hardware company supplying the compute for these AI models. Like, come on. That's
It's very discouraging because like at the
it's
end
not
of the
cool.
day, like AJ says, discouraging. So like imagine like Tech said, a kid coming in high school, been programming, say on the next innovative tech using AI or whatever. That, oh well, what the fuck am I been wasting my time for? Like,
Basically. Basically. So
yeah,
yeah.
they could have been making like the next like computer that's all holographic. Like,
That would be, oh my gosh. Every time we watch like sci-fi stuff and they just have fucking screens floating and shit,
mhm.
got like hard light phones, and I'm like, come
I
on.
remember I watched a
We could
movie. It was
have
like that.
this.
I remember I watched a movie like that. I forgot what it was called, but it was like a bunch of high schoolers or college kids, they were trying to build this like computer. They built this computer to where it's like a small tower, and they built it out of like parts that they found at like a junkyard or whatever. And they push a button, and all of a sudden you just see a screen just pop up in the air, and they're able to like swipe, do all this shit. It was like in the 90s or in the early 2000s. I can't remember what movie it was.
I had a bunch
Dog.
of joints like that.
I was like, dog, that's it. I was like, that's,
Yeah.
and it was like and they were trying to show it off to the tech company, but like somebody was trying to steal their idea and trying to pretty much gain profit or whatever. But they were able to show it to the tech company. Oh wow, it worked. Okay, this is innovative. They were able to get a contract with them to build, like, mass produce it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is what the fuck we need now.
Yep.
Like, shit, you know how easy it would be just to have a tower in front of me, have screens just pop up. Like,
It'll be great.
I mean,
that's what you
less
can
of a
get with
mess.
AR. VR now, but I don't want to wear a
I
headset
want
for it.
VR.
Like, just
Yeah, I
make it,
just want just make it AR compatible or AI.
I don't know. Maybe they could put a projector on the. I don't know. I don't know how we would have to do it, but that's definitely what I want.
Just
There's
small little cylinder. That's all.
anything, but I think that's so. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we got. Anything else about the AI stuff? You know, the two black generations, or you know, the AI
Black
that's definitely not
generations.
putting nobody out of work no time soon.
No, yeah. Well, like I said, AI is gonna be our downfall.
Not today, but one day probably.
One day it'll be our downfall.
One day.
It's gonna be just like the automatons in fucking hell.
What?
Right?
Oh, you'll find out.
What are we talking about here?
You'll find out. You'll find out. You'll find out. Like Dune, yeah, that's like Dune too.
Like, what I'm gonna do?
Fucking wasn't one of the didn't one AI like go against like one of the factions or the families and shit? AJ, I can't remember.
I only seen that first one. Like, I've never read that book, and I didn't see like the old movie.
They outsmarted.
Oh, they outlawed
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that may. I think the only way that happens is if like it stops making super rich people even more rich. Other than that, I mean,
Or it gets you a dangerous point to
yeah,
where it causes like a war or some shit, then be like Star
niggas
Trek.
make money off war. They don't. We ain't gotta. I ain't gonna go into it, but yeah, that could be.
Oh, like
interesting.
Discovery, AJ. Like when they outlawed AI, or not androids. I'm sorry.
That's because it
like
almost
data.
destroyed. What?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to talk about that too. Let me write it a quick note.
In fact, I don't think the Star Wars have AI. They do. Yeah, they do. C3PO is technically AI. No, it wasn't AI. It was a bot.
Bet. Oh,
Never
okay.
mind. I don't know.
All good. All good.
Tangent.
So, I think that's it for the news. You want to talk about what's good?
Yeah, sure.
All right, but I only have a couple things. I've caught up on. I was sick last week. Caught up on Kaizen finally. I watched that. Is it?
That's funny.
AJ, what are we talking about, man? What are you saying? I take notes about everything, so we can get back to it. But I watched the first part where they were talking about Gojo and them's past, and then I watched the OVA they put out. Like AJ suggested, that was a good suggestion because it made a really a transition that made a lot of sense when they came back to the present. And then I think I'm caught up on Classroom of the Elite.
I still haven't watched that.
I'm so far behind in that.
Oh man, you gotta like they're I don't know what they're about to do with this this
There's
new
a bunch of anime
antagonist. I feel you on that for sure. I need to catch up on the new Blue Exorcist, and I need to catch up on something else. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Blue Exorcist. I just gotta carve out some time for that. I started watching The Magicians on Netflix, and
Okay.
it's interesting so far. I don't know. I was talking to JK about it.
Have
He
fun with
made me
that.
feel like I might regret it. I don't know.
You will.
Oh my god, you
You
will.
will regret it so
Oh
bad.
no. So
You
I'm
can
only in
stop
the
now, though.
first season.
You can
Stop
stop.
now.
You can choose to stop.
Nope, I wouldn't do
You
it.
don't have to continue
It's too
this.
late. It's too late. You are invested. You need
Oh,
to
no,
finish.
I
You need to
am.
You
I
don't have
finish
to
really
the
do
want
it
to know
to
journey.
what's gonna
yourself.
happen.
You need
But
to
y'all are
finish the
making me feel
journey.
like
You need to
when I
finish the
find out what
journey.
happens, I'm gonna be upset.
You will be.
That's the feeling.
You need to
Is it
finish the
okay? Is
journey.
it like Game of Thrones bad, or is it like
No,
No.
okay?
Game of Thrones just like, here's the last season. This is
Garbage.
like, here's the last season. Have fun. That's what it was.
Just lobbing out garbage. I played a little bit of Diablo 4. Started the third season, I think it is.
Happy
It's
Pete Blackness Day. That's exactly what it is.
oh yeah. Appreciate you, AJ. All right, man. Take it easy. Uh, Diablo. Oh, so I watched Another Life on Netflix. I think that's a Netflix original. Stars Katie Sackhoff. It was cool. A lot of action. Like I mean, I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
But like basically every episode, somebody was getting ready to like die or some shit. It was intense.
Mm.
It was intense. And then I watched first season of The Sandman, which I heard is coming back. I
Oh,
wasn't
such a good
sure
season.
if I wanted to watch that, but it was pretty good.
I
It was
like
pretty good. Really good
The
effects.
comic's amazing.
Oh,
I
is
liked
it?
how
It was
they
a
made
comic?
The comic is amazing.
or you can listen to the audiobook.
It's comic and an audiobook. Sweet. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. But I think that might be it actually. I did download Helldiver, so I'm gonna be ready for that in a little bit. But that's it for right now. What's good with y'all? You want to go ahead,
You
JK,
okay?
or Smack Tech reading over there?
You frozen again?
I'm
Oh,
not frozen. Am I going?
yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
What's good with you, Doc?
Am I the one you're looking for? All right, cool. What's good with me? Solo leveling, obviously.
Oh
That's
yes.
the one of the key things. I haven't watched the new Avatar yet. Desperately want to, but just haven't had the chance to fit it into the schedule. Helldivers has been the go-to game. Hello, fellow Helldivers out there, the Blurred mentioning crowd. Feel free to join our server. Play all the time in our gaming channel.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for a squad to link up with. Outside of that, it's been work, family, uh, the day to days. Yeah, like that's about it. Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine came to Netflix. I never watched that show when it was
Me either.
airing, and so I'm checking it out while it's on Netflix. And it's hysterical, and I see what all the hype was about. It's a good show, well written for sure, and it's like a nice little like lunch break or while I'm walking on the treadmill, watch a little haha type funny thing. That's good. I did watch the movie Dumb Money, and if you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix, and it's about the whole GameStop stock
Oh, I did
situation
watch
that
that
occurred
too.
with Wall Street
No.
bets and everything. I know we are all friends around at that point, and we are all very much internet citizens. How did none of us get rich off of the GameStop thing?
Because
Like, I
nobody was in
just
stock.
it was like all of us were. No, there's no way. I know for a fact. Suave and I both were. So like, I don't know how we missed all of that hype around GameStop. Like, I didn't. I don't recall like it being super hypey
Mm-mm.
You
or
weren't on
It
like they
Reddit.
were
was
really getting it into like the tail end. But like, I was on Reddit. I know you guys at least frequent the application, and then like, and on Twitter. So I'm watching this movie, and I'm just like, during all of that time, we were all primary internet citizens. I have no idea how we missed that, how it didn't circulate in the Blurred Dimension chats. Like, I just,
probably weren't
I
paying
wonder
attention
why.
because like the
I
shit
wonder
is
why.
illegal. and we're black. Like it was probably nobody like, you know what, I could probably make money off this. I gotta say that's the case for
Yeah.
me anyway. It was like
Two main reasons. Because one, I was definitely working in government, and I did not want to go to jail, so I'm good.
It was completely legal. Well, you wouldn't have gone to jail. Well, I don't know how
Well,
you're.
yes, I
Don't they have a
would've.
nigga on trial right now? Don't they have a
I
case
would have
against
been,
somebody?
I would have been fired, and they would have put all the cases on me.
For what?
I mean, for what?
Purchasing a stock?
Insider trading.
For
That's
participating in market manipulation.
exactly. They structured that whole thing. The people who were part of the hedge funds turned the tables on people who did GameStop, saying that they were doing insider trading. And technically they were, because they were talking on Reddit. They weren't supposed to. When you're doing trade, you can't talk about certain things. And on companies
I call
saying that
bullshit 100%.
Hey, that's
that's
easy
how
for
they
you to say.
that's how the whole thing circulated. They were like, "Oh, hey, GameStop about to go up. Go do it."
He did.
Can't do that.
I don't know. I watched just the movie, but homie, like whatever kitty. He was an analyst, and he did his own, like, from what I've seen from the original post, it was he did the whole statement. This is not financial advice, all that BS, and then he just shared his analysis. There are tons of Twitch streamers who share their analysis on the market constantly. There are
True.
TV shows dedicated to people talking about what their analysis, not for you to purchase, but for you to share the analysis. And I don't know. I guess towards the end there, it became more of like a cult focused on just staying in and bleeding them dry. I don't see
Again,
I didn't see anything illegal with it.
they reshaped it towards insider trading. Like, he did his analysis fine, but then when people started talking about it on Reddit and
Collaborating
started
to make
saying,
it happen.
collaborating to make it happen, saying that, hey, go buy GameStop.
I mean,
That's
and not
what
even just
caused
that.
it.
They were like,
Mhm.
okay, if we do this, this is what could happen. So
This is what could happen, and it
you-
happened, and it caused the whole market to turn to topsy turvy, upside down, and then people were like, "Oh shit!" And when they got into the realm of the 1%, people didn't like that shit. They were like, "Oh nah, we can't have this shit. We need to find out what the fuck they did." And they were like, "Oh, insider trading, get them." And then that whole thing turned back up. And they were like, "Oh, we got to prevent this from happening again." That's why you think Reddit why you think Reddit went to a profit market and paywall and shit for a lot of shit now. Well, they tried to
Yeah,
at least.
there's a lot of
make money.
fallback from that.
Yeah, they
Oh,
tried
I
to
just
at least.
want to make a few.
Twitter went to
Man.
Elon. Think that was coincidence?
Yeah,
No.
I don't.
They put people in certain places, people in play, to make sure certain things.
Mm.
I'm just on this conspiracy.
No, I mean there's a lot that came from that. So like it's all fair. Like that's what the movie made me think. I'm just like, that's a lot of, I don't know, like that's a lot of money that moved around in our hands, right? Like the people's hands. And a key situation of Wall Street and hedge funds getting properly fucked over.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then like again, you see the true colors of these tech companies who are getting paid by these hedge funds. Reddit taking down the subreddit,
Mm-hmm.
going into a paid model. You see, you see Elon Musk realize like, oh no, social media is super powerful. Buy Twitter, right? Like that does it's a clean pool, right? Like and so it's just when you give us platforms to collaborate on, but then we can't collaborate, and when we do collaborate and we collaborate against the people who own the platforms, and you're just like, "Oh, you're collaborating too much, insider trading." That's bullshit to me. And now I want to read more into that for sure, so I can like formulate a better opinion. Because if they are facing jail time for any of that shit, that should be
If I want to face jail
Uno
time,
reverse
they
card.
probably face like a fine.
Even if they face
community
fines, like that's
service,
bullshit. The
some
hedge
stuff
funds
like
don't
that.
face fines for shorting. Like that's just
Well, again, they
Like,
were. Oh, wait, I think you're muted.
you're muted.
Well,
You're muted.
I
You're
was just
muted.
saying that's different. Like rich people play by different rules.
Yeah,
and
that's the bullshit,
there's
though.
different. Yeah,
Agreed. 100%.
Now
and they
they're
were.
all rich too, right? They rich now too.
No,
They
they're
were-
not. They lost. They lost millions. Like if you. I mean, you watch the movie.
Who? The hedge funds?
No, not only. Or no, the people when
Well, yes. Some of them stayed in for too long, and they lost hypothetical millions. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes,
hedge funds lost hundreds of
Billions.
millions, billions.
They lost billions. And I mean, he's still sitting pretty. The guy who led the hedge fund, he's still in charge of the fucking hedge fund, and like he's still a billionaire.
Well,
So
he's still a billionaire
don't know.
because he has other things on his.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling
People
no remorse for him or.
Be all right.
He'll be just fine at the end of the day. But I don't know. I was watching that. I was like, how the hell did we not had at least one of us make a few bands off of the GameStop thing? Like just a few bands. You know what I'm saying?
because we
little something.
niggas, and
Well, that did not
at
hit
the
my
end of
circle.
the day, they would have came for us first.
That's a fact.
We would have been head on a pike. First
I
ones
would
to
have
get,
cashed out.
and then you would have had IRS,
I would have gave Uncle
ATF.
Sam his money. Uncle Sam would have got his money. All right, I ain't playing with Uncle Sam. He would have got his
Uncle
money.
Sam would have said,
Sam
"I don't give a damn about these taxes. You did something illegal because ain't no way your black ass knew how to do this. So
bullshit.
we
I know how to buy a stock. I know how
sending
to
your
pay
ass
attention to a
jail."
stock. And as long as I didn't post or comment on the subreddit or collaborate in regards to it, but if I just use the research that's on, like, I get it. Those who are directly posting, I can see subtle ways in which you could be like, okay, insider trading or market manipulation. But me just purchasing it based off of the information I'm seeing online, that's no different than me buying Nvidia stock just because of the fact they released a new GPU or getting ready to release a new GPU. Like there's no difference.
But you're not
at
getting
all.
told. You're not getting told to buy Nvidia stock. You're buying Nvidia stock
That's if I communicate with the subreddit. So like
if you see, but even if you don't say anything in that subreddit, if you see it and you say, "Oh,
bullshit.
You
yeah,
might have to be able to
that's
prove
that
that.
bullshit."
People tell me to buy a Bitcoin all the time. I see people say buy this stock all the time on Twitter, or I would invest in the stock if I were you. I see that consistently. Oh, if you're a finance guy on YouTube, what do they always say? Well, this isn't financial advice, but I would put my money in index funds.
I'm not
Those guys on Twitter, I'm not a lawyer, but I would do this.
All I'm saying
bullshit.
is you better look at that real closely because if
Nah,
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But look at it real close because
give me a time machine.
They would manipulate that shit.
Right back to the pandemic, beginning of it. You know, I had just started I just started doing the 2 job. You know what I'm saying? Just good dude. I'm just like,
and you know, the funny thing would be, Suave, if this motherfucker went back in time, did the shit, and then we don't see this motherfucker because it's
absolutely.
like I'm like, yo, look what happened.
The first thing I would have been like, is listen, like, y'all, I would have posted on general. I've been like, hey, listen, this isn't financial advice.
Deleting that shit.
Delete.
Next thing you know,
right?
you have a collect call from
right.
The fuck you do?
You go Discord gonna be fucking sending shit to
you guys. Go ahead and get on this game stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, let me go back in time.
No,
let me get the magic button for a split second. I'm
everybody who follows suit, you have a collect call from.
Hey, listen.
Charlie Dodson.
You guys keep saying like I'll be going to jail. No, I'm gonna be just fine. I'll give Uncle Sam his money. Everyone's gonna get their dues, and I'm gonna be a few $1,000s richer. I mean,
that's what we would hope for you.
That's what we hope
exactly.
For. That's the best case scenario.
Absolutely. Reality is you a nigga.
Reality, your ass is
Listen,
going to jail.
I would just buy it before the hype. You know what? Actually, send me back to like 2019. I'll buy it when it was at its lowest point, and then I'll just buy a bunch of it and let it sit. Then you can get away with it.
That's not ethical, but yeah, you get away with it because you're
Nigga, what have
you're
I ever
using.
cared about ethics? If you
Oh
don't
shit!
know me, like I would, someone could tell me right now, and so I like, no, I don't care.
If somebody told you, "Hey, go ahead
Yeah.
and use this time machine to go back in time before the pandemic
Yes,
to
yes,
do XYZ,"
yes.
but you will lose your family
Oh God! See now you know which
How would that
chicken
happen?
because
shit.
you're changing the time stream. You may not have
No,
your
you're not.
family if you went back in time because of that shit.
They are like they
Back
already
into
here.
2019, they already there.
You
Like
don't know
They
what?
were
what,
What?
there.
but you don't know what could happen after that whole case
Now
comes up.
that is true. Cause on the one hand, nigga, if you can time travel, it might be other niggas time traveling. It might be another
Exactly.
nigga coming to stop your ass because you get rich and do something crazy,
Exactly.
or get robbed or some shit and end up in a fucking heist. And now supervillain got all this money because you went back to 2019 to get in on this game short. Stop
Mm-hmm.
GameStop short.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you just niggas don't want me to be happy, and this makes me upset.
Listen, you know we
Nah, nigga, that's reality. Goddamn, that's what it
that's
is.
No,
Shit.
it's cool.
you
You
know
know,
we want you to be happy, but
I'm gonna sit over here with my Solana for right now. Solana gonna make
nigga,
me a
check
rich
that.
man.
The
You,
fingers crossed.
dude, fingers
Fingers
crossed,
crossed.
man. Because
I'm
it
gonna
at
open
its
that right now so I
high
can check it before I go.
was at 260. I just needed to go. I needed to cross. If it would cross 500, you would see me jumping for fucking joy. Like,
Bro,
I am, I, at that point, I would sell a few coins. I'm gonna tell you right then and there.
connect my anyway, okay, I'm gonna connect this later. But yeah, no, I feel you on that.
Next.
Oh, but yeah, so hold on really quick because it's finally officially after 12. This nigga is in the almost 30 club. So happy birthday,
This nigga
Tech.
is 38.
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
He 38 because he got 4 kids.
I
5
mean,
kids.
Why do y'all keep
he
adding
said
a
5 kids.
child?
Oh, true.
There
You
is
got 2 dogs,
3.
right? There you go. That's two little babies that's never
No,
grown up. They gonna be where they
they
at
take
forever.
care of themselves.
They what?
Alan Colby are good dogs.
Okay, that sounds like
They,
neglect.
no,
Like
it's just my dogs
Send
legit
Child
take care
Protective
of themselves.
Services for dogs. Is there a
Listen,
child?
you gotta
And
send
you
me
would
whatever
Oh,
see
there's
book
two
y'all.
Peter.
dogs.
Send Peter.
You would see
Child
two
Protective
bougie
Services for
ass
dogs.
dogs who literally get catered to and take care of themselves. I wish my kids acted like my dogs.
That
These
is
are
a
one
wild
that
statement, and that's been clipped because Child Protective Services is on its way.
You.
Jaleesa may be getting a
yo.
check for child support while your ass is getting a restraining order.
Listen, Swamp
Reddit
JK keeps
trying to
coming
find
for
the next.
me.
Oh my god. Nah, he did that. Listen.
I'm gonna tell Creston. Where's Creston at? You going to
Preston
bed?
probably agree. He was like, yeah,
He probably go to bed.
Absolutely. Nah, I'm
you know,
I'm
he
gonna
take
miss
care of his. He
Paula.
take care of his daughter. No, his daughter taking care of him.
Yep.
That girl can wail, boy.
I don't know.
I
I
bet.
already know how it's gonna be when she hit 4. I'm like, girl, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to put you a timeout. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, bruh. Oh shit. How do we get on dumb money? Oh, okay. What else is what else is good
Dumb
with you,
money,
Tech?
yeah.
That's about it, man. Didn't take off for the birthday, so I'll be working it. Which is
Alright.
fine.
Boy, you tripping.
Hey, maybe next
It's
year on your
good. It's
birthday,
good.
we got that time machine. Put that
Facts.
thing on the credit card.
Facts.
That thing cost 10 grand.
Nah, it's cool. It's all right. So Solana's about to hit big. Like it's gonna hit like
Hey,
Bitcoin prices, and you and I, we're done. We're done. You know what I'm saying? We're
that's
done.
it. Doing this
We're
forever.
done. We're doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We're good. Solana, please hit $69,000.
When I see it, when I
Quickly.
see it, when I see it, I expect a little donation
Oh, you know
going
it.
to the LLC
You know it.
hedge fund
Easily.
So, but yeah,
I was trying to figure out like what the uptick like what was causing this uptick.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to find out anything like directly unless it's like directly coordinate. That like it's already 136. I looked earlier, it was like 120 something.
you're not
So
in the right
Bitcoin
channels.
had a little run also. Like what's happening in
Because
the
of
blockchain?
Bitcoin going up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe whatever, market forces are driving Bitcoin up are also driving up
Probably the shit that's
Solana.
happened in the Congress election year
Mhm.
too.
That is true.
Probably what that shit that happened in was it Idaho or Iowa with the working class voting for Trump or voting for Biden or some shit.
What
I
you
can't
mean?
remember.
What's it?
One of the states had a vote for who would they vote for,
Mm-hmm.
and like 99.7%, 99.3% of the working class voted for Biden, and only 7% voted for Trump. Trump was, or some shit like that.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into it. So
Look at
I
the
was
look.
not
Yeah,
following that
just
at all.
politics. Politics probably just driving it a lot right now.
I can see that.
Anyway,
So what's good with you, JK? What you been fucking with?
let's see. Diving into hell, killing automatons and Terranauts, Apex Legends, Smite. I've been watching people play Grand Blue
Oh, how was that?
on PlayStation. It's interesting. It's a grind. It's definitely a grinding game,
I don't like that.
and so I said I'm not gonna play like that in First Descent in June. So I'll wait for that RPG. What else? I'm playing Smite.
Ooh, you been playing Smite, man? Yeah, tell me you
I've
play
been playing
Smite.
Smite. I've been playing Smite. I played Smite when it first came out. I just
Yeah,
stopped
tell me
playing.
when you play Smite. I haven't played Smite in a minute.
I just stopped playing. I want Smite 2 coming out soon. So I'm looking at that. And that whole engine looks so much better on Unreal 3. Or the game looks better on Unreal 3. Or not Unreal 3, whatever the new engine is. I can't remember.
5.
5, that's it. Why did I say 3? 3 is like 10 years old. Let's see what else. Played Paladins with some friends just for the hell of it, and then that's pretty much that's it for gaming. Really, just been Helldivers. Let's see, shows House of Ninjas on Netflix. I may just have to buy Netflix because, like, although I'm watching it with other sites or whatever,
Yeah.
it's getting annoying. Like, I might as well just.
Understandable.
Also Iwaju, which is
What's
on Disney Plus, and that's basically about like a futuristic Lagos in Nigeria,
mm-hmm.
and it follows a girl who wants to explore like the real side of Lagos. She's like a rich girl,
Okay.
and so she wants to experience like the mainland, and she lives on like the side of where like the rich stay. So, but it follows like her and her friend and a guy who's like kidnapping kids to like get ransom money and stuff like that, which is something that's very prominent.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so it talks about that problem, stuff like that. It's pretty good so far. I like the animation. Does a very good job in capturing the the essence of a like a black person's like the skin tones,
Mm.
the it's actual like people speaking Nigerian. People sound like they're from Nigeria. Some type of like whitewashed AI or whatever. I don't want to say whitewashed, but like some AI generated,
Yeah.
like unauthentic um voices. And I think it's actually animation from
Oh, that's dope. How
I
is the
think
like the animation?
it's really good. It's really good. It's really well, and it really does look like a futuristic. Like it's like a city where it's very futuristic, like in Nigeria. Like if there was more like flying cars, flying robots, and stuff like that, this is what Nigeria will look like. I think it's a good show to, especially with your kids, as a family. It's only 6 episodes, so it's a short thing. It's like a Black History like type, like um not Black History type, but like I think it was a good sense of throwing this out like before the end of Black History.
Ah, okay.
So, but yeah, so it's been pretty good so far. Resident Alien catch up episode, but it's been pretty good. Season 3 right now.
What's Resident Alien?
Shogun, huh?
I said, what's Resident Alien about?
So Resident Alien is about alien coming to
Start
Earth,
one too.
huh?
I said I just started that one too.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
yeah. So it's about an alien coming to Earth, having the job to pretty much kill all the humans on Earth, but
Okay.
he ends up crash landing in Alaska and ended up taking the form of a doctor, and that just recently came to the area, and he kind of like integrates himself inside into the town, and he's trying to learn. He's pretty much learning about humans. Ends up kind of like changing his mindset basically, but um, and nobody can recognize him except for like a kid. Because the
What?
kid has a certain special brain chemistry
Ah, okay.
where he can see like his real face basically. So pretty interesting. And so that's season 3. Shogun, which just started. There's 2 episodes out. I gotta watch them, but I've been looking at the trailers for it for the past couple of months. And
Yeah, I
I've
heard
been
that's
very
supposed to be a
interested.
knockout.
Yeah, I've been very interested into it. Abbott Elementary, of course, hilarious as always.
Oh my gosh. Forgot about
Um,
that. But yeah.
yeah, Night Swim, which is like a horror movie, about a pool that is trying to that's trying to kill its residents.
What?
It's very like dulled down explanation because I don't want to tell it too, but
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. It's not really scary. Well, but it's not too scary. Solo Leveling, Mashal,
I'm gonna catch up
Avatar:
on
The
that.
Last Airbender. That's gonna. I know season 2 is gonna come out soon. They got to do a season 2. They got to do the whole story to see if they even they condense it to 3 seasons instead of 5 or whatever. Then Ninja Kame. Last episode was pretty fire. Halo season 2
Yes.
is very interesting. And I don't know if Creston's still here. I think but
Yeah, I'm up for it, babe.
maybe he's still. But is Reach the Halo Reach the video game Did the UNC did the Covenant invade because the army left Reach, and so that's why you're fighting in Halo Reach against the Covenant invading, or did they just find out where Reach was and they invaded?
I don't know about in the books. In the show, it seems like they found Reach, and then they were like, "Oh, this is where these niggas at." Bet.
Okay,
Like they went around because
you're
remember,
watching the show too, right?
yeah.
Okay,
At the
so
beginning of the season,
but like in the video game,
oh,
in
that was
the
wrong.
I don't know if it's tied, if it's 1-to-1 with the show, but I'm just wondering, as for the lore, did the Covenant find Reach in the game,
Right.
or did they invaded, or were they tipped off because of something? I didn't. I just played the campaign, but I didn't really follow
Yeah,
the
like the story.
the story, because I know Reach had a bunch of orbital. They have like space stations and orbital stuff that is protecting Reach, and so that's all I was curious about. I don't know. I'll ask Chris about it. He knows more.
Definitely.
Um,
Trying to control it.
and I think that's it. I can't remember any other besides that. Probably I'm gonna go see Dune this week, part 2.
Definitely,
But
man. I'm excited.
it's gonna be out on Max, I think, in March,
No, it's already March. Shit, that's not too long.
or I think in a couple months after March.
Nah, fuck that. I'll watch it somewhere else.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna do a 7-day trial for Netflix.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Fighting with this Steam Deck right now. But is that
I think that's it for me.
all right? Bet. So we almost ready for Helldivers. So that already went. All right, cool. So we done. So that's it for the podcast right now. Thank y'all again for joining us. Definitely let us know if there's something that you want our perspective on. Follow us at Blurred Nation everywhere if you haven't already, namely here and on YouTube. Those are our main 2 platforms. We're also on Instagram and TikTok, but Twitch and YouTube, that's definitely where you want to be. If you enjoy our content, give us a follow, sub, heart, thumbs up, whatever is platform appropriate. Any engagement helps us out with the algorithms. We stream the show live on Twitch every other Thursday night, so make sure you come through next time. And now, we're about to try and play this Helldivers.
And as much as I want to join you, brothers,
Oh, it's over. It's
This
a wrap.
nigga going to sleep. I'm done.
It's
over,
wrap.
and I gotta wake up early. Birthday, I know.
You gotta wake up early on your
Sound like a personal
birthday, my
problem.
nigga.
Yeah, see, that sound like boundaries you didn't set.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
Kids don't care about
It's good,
boundaries, JK.
Right. Oh, they should.
No, the
Nah,
kids
they
care about
should.
boundaries.
They
And
should.
they've gotten better at not running into the room in the morning. I'm so proud of them, guys. Like I have no kids in my bed at night anymore. Do you know how nice I
Nice.
sleep?
Absolutely
Like,
great.
and they sleep in their rooms all night now by themselves. It's so nice.
Amazing.
And in the morning, they come downstairs and make their own breakfast. But also, I know they're trying to make breakfast for me tomorrow morning. So, regardless, I'm gonna have to get up. So,
Oof. All right. Good luck. Do y'all cook with them a lot? Like, do they know?
yeah.
I mean, I know they're not
They,
gonna be unassisted, but
yeah,
do they know
no,
your way around the
I think
kitchen?
it's probably just oatmeal and fruit. Like I have like this protein oatmeal I eat in the morning, and they'll try making that, and they'll bring me up some fruit, and eventually it's gonna help make me a pot of coffee. So yeah.
No, it's good with the fancy espresso machine.
No, just the pot. I wouldn't let those children touch my espresso machine.
See?
Are you kidding me?
That's still out of bounds.
No trust.
And,
No trust.
absolutely not. Absolutely
It's
not.
understandable. Understandable. I think it's serious. All right, man. Well, Hope you enjoy. Sucks you got. I mean, I guess it don't suck too bad. You got to work. It's not like we
Yeah.
out in the field or anything, but still, it'll be better to have a
Facts.
free
Out
day.
the field. What are we doing?
I'm gonna call it
This
early.
nigga would be in the house.
Facts. I would be. Ideally working like in the study, helping organize the books.
Nigga said
I would
in
let
the
them know that I know how to read.
This nigga.
Hey, bro.
Well, like I have good organizational skills.
Nigga said
That's how you market. You market to the master. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
nigga said you gotta sell yourself. You gotta get your
Yeah.
resume right.
Get your resume right. You know what I'm
Cannot
saying?
believe this nigga.
Listen, having like dinner situations where like other plantation owners being like, well, that John that you got there, how much you want for him? He's a good guy. So,
Yo,
Terrible.
I couldn't possibly
absolutely.
let him go. I couldn't possibly let him go. He's just he's right. He's good.
I can see it. I can see it.
Terrible.
Anyway,
But yeah, all right, bro.
I don't need your nonsense. All right, guys, I made it
Thanks
to
for
the end of the
joining us, man.
podcast. Let's do it.
Enjoy
It's
your
been a
birthday,
minute.
bro.
All right.
Well, brother, I'll talk to y'all in the morning.
All right, man.
Happy
Peace.
birthday, Nickel.
Appreciate it, brother.
38
and you on
must
Suave?
be a thing.
It is 29. Don't you fuck with me. If you're on tomorrow, let's play some Helldivers.
Let's go.
I might play some Helldivers midday if you down, depending on what the
Hey.
workload's looking like.
Same.
Y'all have fun with that.
So I definitely need to try and figure
What
that
you mean
out.
have
So,
fun with that? You ain't home tomorrow?
No.
No? You ain't
yeah,
going
I
on
think he's
tomorrow?
talking about during the day.
I'll be in
You
office.
gotta be in a office. I'm gonna be in this office.
So like that's like being in the fields, basically.
Facts.
No.
See, Suave and I are both house niggas.
No.
You don't go out to the
It's not like being in
office
the
no
fields at
more.
all.
That's
Oh
exactly.
my gosh.
That's modern day field work.
I mean, he got
Anyway.
But yeah, all right, bro. I'll let you go.
Later, yo.
Terrible.
Don't you shake your head at me, JK.
Terrible.
Don't let Suave die to insects.
Oh, what? Bro,
That's something
no.
you would do.
I would.
Insects. How?
Nah, you right. You be killing them yourself.
Yeah. Right.
Man, the Steam Deck.
All right,
Don't
I
you?
got switch them now.
Look,
PlayStation.
Oh, you gotta
when he
switch. All right, bro.
when he throws a stratagem out, Suave, don't stand next to him, because you will die.
Yo.
That's all I have to say.
I'll tell you where the shit is going. This motherfucker was like, "Hey, I'm
Nigga
throwing
will
mines.
lie.
I'm throwing mines.
Anyway,
Okay.
whatever.
Oh shit.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
a
there's
liar.
mines over.
Stop
There's mines over.
fucking me. He's a liar.
There's mines over there. I forgot to tell y'all.
I didn't once forget to tell you there were mines over there.
See?
You
What I
forgot
say?
where I called.
What I say?
I called.
What I
that
say?
There were mines over there.
What
and
did I
you
say?
guys forgot they existed over there. That's not
No.
my fault. That's a you problem. I called it Suave. When you call out a mine, when you first do it,
okay.
that's the only thing you're responsible for doing, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right. or
Okay.
wrong.
Let me
It's not
ask
like
you this.
it's not like I'm gonna keep going throughout the game. Hey, don't forget I put mines over there. Hey,
True.
don't forget I put mines over there. Hey, don't forget I put mines over there.
What did let me tell you this. He's like, hey, would it be a good idea if I brought we's like,
And it
well,
it saved our
there was
efforts,
two
account.
there's two caveats. One, it would be good against enemies, but two, it also kills us.
Oh,
because you're not
So
the mines are red and they blink.
if you're
Suave.
gonna bring
How hard is it not to
mines,
run into those?
if you're gonna bring mines, be wary of where you put them, because even though you call them out, we're gonna forget when we're running around trying to keep ourselves alive that they're gonna
Your
be
fault.
on this left side.
That's your fault.
That's
Your
not how.
fault.
Okay.
I remember where the mines are. I placed them. I know I don't want to run into them.
And guess what happened
Well,
when
I
he
mean-
placed them there? He blew himself up when he went back over.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only blew
Damn.
myself up because I got caught between an automaton and a hard place.
Oh,
That's the
what's
only
that?
reason why I
Well.
No,
Exactly what I just
automaton
fucking
in a
said.
hard place. But regardless, even after I had respawned, I had killed 15 of those automatons. Why? Minefield, mic drop, boom, and saved
So
Jox's
minefield.
ass from being overran because of the mines. Mic
You
drop.
almost killed him too. Okay.
Dang.
But he survived, did he not?
But he survived. Okay.
Was
Yeah.
he dead?
Okay.
He
No,
said, "What
he
doesn't
He
kill
wasn't.
him
did
makes you
die.
stronger."
He did die.
Not to my minds, though.
He
He
did
died
die.
to a stray bullet from an automaton. There's a difference. Anyway,
Thanks.
The
Oh,
automaton that you
oh,
supposedly killed.
damn.
this game goes very hard. So, welcome to hell.
It sounds intense.
You'll find out.
It's a good game, man. I'm happy you're on it. I look forward to playing some games with you. At least you'll be able to strategize better than the rest of these people.
He can't talk whatsoever.
Yo,
We tell him the strategy, he just goes off the rails.
I mean,
So
he does
Nessus
have a
said, "Thank
tendency to
you."
do that, but you know,
Mm.
I don't go off the rails. I see the goal and I go for it. There's a difference.
he forges his own
Sometimes
path.
I forge my own path. He swap gets me,
And that
JK.
path is wrong.
No, it's not.
That path is
No,
very
it's
wrong.
not.
It ends up being a path of death and destruction that we don't need. So I'm gonna follow
did
the
you
strategy
die?
of the
Oh,
group
shit.
versus him.
Whatever. It's okay. Swall's in charge now. He's here. We
Oh
don't
my
have to listen to
gosh.
you or I. We just need to listen to
Swab
Swab.
is a cadet. He has no
that path is
he has
wrong.
no he
I have
has
no idea what's
say
happening, man. I'm not gonna
whatsoever.
lie to you. Still need
Sorry,
to
so
finish
I'll
this
play a
little
few
tutorial.
games.
Yes.
Don't die in this tutorial. When you get
Alright.
to a point where there are turns on the other side, fall to the ground, please. Just jump straight to the ground. Dive.
Alright.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
I'm
Don't
about to.
die
I'm
in the
definitely about
tutorial.
to.
And when you don't die in
What?
the
Hold on.
tutorial,
Wait.
make sure
What
you
happens
go.
if you die in the tutorial?
You
Nothing.
just come back.
Make sure you come back. But make
Okay.
sure when you don't die in the tutorial, you go into gaming and you tell Crimson that you did not die in the tutorial.
No, you gotta
Because
record it because you're not gonna believe
you
it.
gotta, because he's not gonna believe it. So you need to record it to make sure you.
So if you
show
put
him
it on
you don't die in the
stream, put it
tutorial.
on stream, and like while you're doing the tutorial, I put it on stream if you can. You can,
Alright.
that's fine.
Because
But
I
like
didn't die in the tutorial.
he
Well, that
lying.
nigga don't believe me.
We don't.
He don't believe. Oh shit. All right.
I didn't. I legit did not die in this
I don't
tutorial.
believe him either.
Not even once.
Like I said, I don't believe him either.
It's
It-
cool, JK. Friends like
Yeah,
these.
let me switch
Friends
my
like you.
I'll switch over.
All right, bad JK.
All right, I'm gonna drop, guys. Enjoy Helldivers.
All right, fam. Oh
All
shit.
right,
No,
peace.
JK switching. All right, peace.